Host Sean Lennon here with the Fightlete Report, and right now we got Raufeon Supa Stots on the show. Make sure to check out his win if you haven't already. He took on Magomed Magomedov at Bellator 264 a week ago, winning by unanimous decision on Showtime app on Bellator, and make sure to check that fight out from Bellator 264. Currently on a 5-fight win streak in Bellator MMA, 135-pound division, and I'm sure he is riding a great new high after being counted out from that fight. So, talk about winning the fight. May had counted you out before it even happened. Obviously, Magomed Magomedov was a tough opponent. He had a big record coming into this fight, same as you. And talk about, seizing that moment.
I mean, I feel like Russia is pretty, with Khabib, retiring and being one of the greats ever. I feel like everybody from Russia was, everybody is thinking Russian. If you're not Russian, you're not, winning in MMA. So, I mean, I feel like that had a lot to do with it. Also, he's a very good opponent, like if I was, on the outside looking in and I hadn't watched both of us intently, I feel like maybe that was that would have been the decision. I would have thought Magomed, would have come out on top. Also, he's the toughest opponent that I've had. Also, Magomedov beat Peter Yan. So, people just count me out for, I feel like a bunch of different reasons, but for me, it was amazing to, shut those people up, prove the haters wrong, prove my supporters right. And a bunch of people who are my supporters got to make a lot of money. So that was the icing on the top.
Oh, for sure. I hope they shared some of that with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I ain't nobody sharing nothing with me, but I have my own bets going, so I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. And talk about, it's a closely contested fight, especially on the ground. How much of the challenge excited you? When it went there, you get to display your wrestling skills, you get to display everything, all those transitions you work about, whether you're working with Sergio or other elite fighters there at Roufusport. How much excitement was that for you?
Yeah, it was super exciting because that's where I thought it was really, y'all don't think I can grapple, or y'all don't think I can wrestle? Y'all really think he's gonna demolish me in the wrestling division, or in the wrestling portion of the fight, or grappling portion of the fight? That's where I felt a little slighted. So it was really cool to, that was what I was most excited about. I'm very good at kind of dictating where I want the fight to go. And I'm very good at kind of, playing to my opponent's weaknesses. So for him to get me to the ground where I'm usually the better grappler, I'm most of the time, I guess I still was the better grappler. I'm usually the better grappler. It was fun to think about, or fun to, it's fun to get in those exchanges, because not a lot of people are willing to just wrestle me, or willing to grapple me. You know what I mean? Most people think that their best bet is trying to stand up with me and getting a lucky shot. So that was super cool.
Definitely. And now, where do you feel the fight has you in this division? 135-pound is a closely contested division. Obviously, we have Sergio as the champion. He's, obviously he's got another fight coming up as well. And where do you feel like this puts you?
Well, I thought it should pick me at number one. I feel like I'm the best in the world. I feel like no matter promotion, no matter where, I feel like I'm the best in the world. So it doesn't really matter who I face at this point. I know I'm going to come out on top. As far as the divisional rankings in Bellator, they put me at number 2, which is I feel like I should be at number 1. They have Juan Archuleta at number 1, and I'm more than happy to, knock him off too, on my way to the title, or, fight for the title next, or do the Grand Prix. I'm more than happy with any of those options.
Yeah, we always talk about the Bellator Grand Prix. It seems more of a possibility now. Now that we're wrapped up with the Featherweight Grand Prix, which was nice. You got to see AJ McKee, become a star through that. And do you think it'll happen next year?
Scott Coker was talking about it. And he said, with my performance, I made a good case that we should do it. So I think it'll happen next year. I'm pretty confident that it'll happen. I just don't know if it'll happen before they want me to fight for the belt or before I have a fight next. But I'm pretty sure it'll happen next year.
Yeah, that's exciting. And then what do you like AJ McKee? It seemed like he was just releasing merchandise right after the fight. He just got everything timed.
Yeah, man. I stopped doubting that kid after freaking the Derek Campos fight. He had a fight with Derek Campos in Hawaii, and I was there. I had my first fight there, so I stopped doubting him after that. You know, he shows up and shows out, and I can't, you know, he's a beast.
For sure. And now talk about, you know, Sergio Pettis as a champion. You know, you talked about possibly challenging him in the near future. You know, as much as we hate to see that, we'd love to see it, you know? I feel like at that point.
Yeah, I know. I hate to see it too. But you know, me and Sergio are we're lifelong friends, brothers. So you know, we understand the profession, and actually we've been training each other, you know, to be the best in the world. You know, that's our goal for each other, like hold each other accountable. That's why we're training together. That's why we go so hard on each other, so we can, you know, be prepared for anybody out there. So we just succeeded, you know. It's too much of a good thing. We're both, you know, really good, and we're kind of the only ones left, you know, at the top. So. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, would you want to possibly be an alternate for the next fight? If you were to fight in the same card as him, let's say you would take on another top one, 135 pound, and maybe quietly, you're the alternate.
If anything, I would fight for the belt next. I think I'm the next in line to fight for the belt, especially since I'm ranked number 2. I don't feel like they would have me as. I feel like I would be if any fight, because he already beat the number 1 Juan Archuleta, so I'm the only other one kind of left, you know. But yeah, if I am an alternate in if they have like maybe a Horiguchi fight or something, yeah, I'm more than happy.
For sure. And would you have to go to another gym? Would you guys have to split time at Roufusport? Like, how would that work out? Is there somewhere else that you can occupy?
You know, I don't know. One of my coaches mentioned that maybe we just train together like normal, and then as soon as we have to fight, there's just no coaches involved, and both of us bring 2 teammates. And I kind of like that idea, but I don't know how it's gonna work at all.
For sure. And what do you contribute your success to right now? I mean, look at you, you know, from when we talked about, like, you know, 2 years ago after you were the champion at Victory FC. Look how far you've become.
Yeah. It was just staying consistent. You know what I mean? Even when I had a loss, you know, I was back in the gym. I've been in the gym the whole time, you know, even when I had that like long kind of layoff where I wasn't getting fights, nobody really wanted to fight me. You know what I mean? I just kind of stayed consistent and kept investing in myself, and now I'm here. You know, I was able to, you know, show off, you know, all my hard work and, you know, how hard I worked, and yeah, now I'm the best in the world.
Awesome. Now Showtime, the brothers, they're having their own regional MMA promotion starting soon. I mean, do you have any thoughts? Did you have any input on that?
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm trying to go to it. It'll be fun. I think it'll be an exciting show, fun show. You know, they always know how to put on a show. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. The Showtime championships.
Mm-hmm. Anybody you would recommend that they put on the card yourself, or?
They got, I know they got Wade Hodges, I think, fighting on it. They got Scotty Steve Wright. Nate Jennerman is fighting on it. So, yeah, I would check out all those guys. You know, all those Roufusport guys fighting on it are gonna put on a show. You know, because they Roufusport produces stars, and it's better to catch them, you know, early, so you can get on the bandwagon early, so you can say you did.
For sure, just much like yourself. Where do you feel like a fight with you and Sergio Pettis will play out? Like, what would your strengths be opposed to his? Obviously, you guys know each other pretty well, but I'm sure there's stuff that you haven't shown each other yet, right?
Yeah, I feel like most of our training has been us like preparing the other for an opponent. So we do a good job of like trying to mimic other guys, you know, for the guy. He is obviously a better striker than me. You know, I'm obviously a better wrestler than him. But in MMA, he's also gotten way better. He's really good at wrestling now, and I'm getting really good at striking. So the fight could go anywhere. I literally don't know. I feel like Sergio will be my toughest opponent just because, he knows me and I know him. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting.
And you look at possibly, find Milwaukee if Bellator were to come there. Obviously, the Allstate Arena in Chicago has been open now. So
that would be dope. That would be awesome. That would be so great. That'd be awesome.
And now, you're getting to fight again this year. Is that what you'd want? You'd want the fight to happen maybe this fall?
I'm thinking more like the winter.
Okay.
I'm taking a break because we just moved to Houston. So
okay.
So that's why I had missed the interview yesterday. I was moving all my stuff into my house. So so I would like to kind of take a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks to just like chill with my family, because now I gotta do camps kind of remotely, or I gotta do camps away from my family pretty much. If I was gonna travel to Roufusport or travel somewhere to do a camp. So I would probably want to fight around late November, December, early January, around there.
Gotcha. What got you to move, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Houston, Texas, and we just had a second child, so it's just easier for our family.
Gotcha.
I got family down here. And I knew nobody in Milwaukee, and it was getting kind of hard for my wife and I, just with the 2 kids.
Sure. But still train at Roufusport.
Yeah, I still train at Roufusport. I moved down I was here August or whatever. So I've been just doing the training camps at Roufusport. So that's what I'll continue to do.
Definitely. And, obviously we saw Anthony Pettis, he wasn't victorious in this season of the Professional Fighters League, but what did you think of him going out there and, obviously still had a lot to prove at his age?
Anthony is always going to be, a GOAT to me, just because I learned so much from him in and outside of the cage. And that I feel like that playoff or the PFL format kind of was a little different and a little adjustment. I feel like he adjusted better his second fight. So I think next season he'll be, right back to old Anthony. Once maybe the COVID stuff is over and maybe the quarantine stuff is over. But even still, I feel like he just needed to adjust to the PFL format.
Yeah, definitely. And you're not always going to, hit goal the first time out. Maybe he'll do that the next couple times, you never know, right? Because if you approach it from like the season standpoint,
Yeah, exactly.
A new franchise.
Season, you ain't gonna win every season. The Bucks ain't win every year,
Sure. But they did win this year. And what can we expect when you compete in Bellator MMA? Like this time around that you do compete, is there anything that you didn't show off before that you've been working on that you want to show off this time?
I feel like against maybe another guy, I'll be able to let go a little more. I knew he was so grapple heavy that I kind of stuck to the jab. Actually, the last 2 guys they were just kind of like, I just want to let my hands go a little more. I looked when I first thought about the fight, I felt like I didn't let my hands go, but I watched it back and I did kind of let them go a little bit, but I want to just do more. I just want to be a little better. I want to finish the guy. That's what I want to do.
Definitely. And I did have to ask you about the next fight for Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul.
Oh, Jake Paul?
Yeah.
I got Woodley. That? Woodley's finna destroy dude. Really's been training like a madman. Huh?
Sure. No, I mean, you've actually sparred with Woodley before, right? You guys have done some light sparring or anything like that?
Yeah, I've done some light sparring, nothing like heavy. He knocked my block off. I've done like light sparring with him, yeah.
So you can attest that, you think he's got the power to get this done.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely.
Finally shut up Jake Paul once and for all, right?
Yeah, we need somebody to do it. He picked the right one. He picked Tyron Woodley. That's the right one. What do you call it? I support this pick,
Yes. Yeah.
I supported, you know, Ben too, but Ben never claimed to be a boxer. You know, he's a wrestler. He's very good at dictating where the fight went, and most time it went to a wrestling place or a grappling place. But Tyron, you know, he started, you know, he's a wrestler too, but he's very good boxer. He's done a lot of boxing over the years.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you, Raufeon Supa Stots. Make sure to check out his fight with Magomed Magomedov if you haven't yet, back at Bellator 264 on the Showtime. And I appreciate you again being on the show. Anyone you'd like to thank, go ahead.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Combat Corner, also Perfect Sports, Third Coast T-shirts, JJ Blame Brand or BB Roofing, and DC Mouth Guards. For
sure, man. And hey, I am going to send you a shirt next time I get it. I'm going to make.
Oh, cool.
We got
yes,
a new
sir.
place.
Cool. So, I got a new address, so
awesome. Yeah. For sure. I appreciate you, Raufeon Supa Stots, and make sure to check him out next time he fights in the Bellator MMA cage.
Yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate you, Raufeon. I'm glad everything's going out for you, going good for you out there in Houston, and take care. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. You too.
Take care.
Take care.